Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are doing very well and you are studying very hard at your home. So my dear students, class 9th students, today once again I am here with the lecture number 6, Biology, chapter 1 Cell, which we are following from the last 5 videos. Same chapter we will follow in this video. My dear students, in the last videos we have discussed about the cell structure of plant, detailed structure of plant cell and animal cell, and after that we have studied the different cell organelles we have started. As I told you in the last videos that all the cell organelles we have to study in detail form one by one. I told you that the different structures which is present inside the cell, plant cell or animal cell. So different structures present inside the cells, they are called the cell organelles, means parts of the cell, means parts of the cell. So all the cell organelles we have to study it one by one. In the last video we have studied the plasma membrane, their function of plasma membrane and structure of plasma membrane. Now today we are going to start the cell organelles inside the cell except nucleus. So the remain all substructures are called the cell organelles, like mitochondria, chloroplast, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosomes, vacuoles. What are these? These all are called the cell organelles, but today we will discuss about the structure of nucleus. You know very well nucleus. We will discuss about the nucleus structure. So my dear students, as you know very well that structure of nucleus is divided into the following parts. First one is nuclear envelope, nuclear membrane, nuclear envelope, or both are the names of this. Second one is the nuclear pore. Third one is nucleoplasm. Fourth one is nucleolus. Nuclear envelope, nuclear pore, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, and last one is chromatin. Chromatin or chromosomes. So what are these? These are the parts of the nucleus. Now, nucleus is discovered by Robert Brown. Nucleus of cell. Nucleus of cell is discovered by the Robert Brown, but the nucleus of an atom discovered by Rutherford. That you will study in the chemistry chapter, but this question is asked many times because it's a very confusable question. They will ask who has discovered the nucleus of cell, but in hurry the students will mark the answer, that is the Rutherford. Rutherford also discovered the nucleus, but he has discovered the nucleus of an atom, and Robert Brown discovered the nucleus of a cell. Right? The nucleus is also called brain of cell. This is called brain of cell because this nucleus controls the all activities, all the functions performed by a cell. This is called brain of the cell because it controls the all functions and the processes of the cell. So that is why this is called the brain of the cell. Now, then after that, this is the complete a typical structure of the nucleus. The outer covering is called nuclear membrane, nuclear envelope, whatever you want to say. Both are the names for this. Nuclear membrane is about 75 angstrom thick. It is 75 angstrom thick, and it is divided into the two parts. This one is outer and this one is inner. Okay, so the nuclear membrane is a double layered structure. You can say the nucleus is a double layered structure, double membrane bounded, you can say double membrane bounded. So nucleus of a cell is double layered structure. Out of that, this is the outer cell and this one is the inner cell. Nuclear membrane is 75 angstrom thick. Nuclear membrane is 75 angstrom thick, and total thickness of the outer and inner membrane is near about 150 angstrom. Means the space, this space you can look, the space between the outer membrane and the inner membrane is called perinuclear membrane. It is near about 150 angstrom thick. 75 near about 150. So the space which is present in between the outer inner membrane and outer membrane, that is called the perinuclear space. Now after that, nuclear pore. Pore means hole. As you can look here that the membrane of the nucleus is not continuous. It is not continuous. A small pores are present just after the nuclear membrane. These are called perinuclear space. These are called nuclear pores. These are called nuclear pores. Why these nuclear pores are present? Because a structure which is formed inside the nucleus, that is called the mRNA. So mRNA pass through these nuclear pores into the cell. You know very well where it is situated. It is situated in the center. In animal cell, the nucleus is present in cytoplasm in the center. So outer, इसके बाहर क्या होगी? इसके बाहर होगी cell membrane, and this is located in the cytoplasm. So mRNA will transfer from inside to outside through these nuclear pores. What is mRNA? mRNA is called the messenger RNA because it transfers the message from inside to outside. I hope this is clear to you. Now come on the next part. One more thing I want to tell you, that nucleus is also called karyon. Nucleus is also called karyon. Nucleus is also called karyon. So somewhere if it is written here nucleoplasm, it is written here nucleoplasm. In some books you also can find that it is called karyoplasm. So karyon word is related with the nucleus, so this is also called the karyoplasm. So the liquid which is granular material, a fluid which is granular material which is filled inside the nucleus, that is called the nucleoplasm. That is called the nucleoplasm, and it is surrounded by the nuclear membrane. What we are discussing? We are discussing about the structure of the nucleus. It is the very important part of the cell, component of the cell, because it controls the all activities, all life processes of performing in the cell. Now next one is the chromatin. These thread-like structures, you can look here, they are called the chromatin. Sometimes chromatins are also called chromosomes. But whenever these thread-like structures are present, they are called the chromatin. But when the nucleus will divide, when the cell will start the division, then this chromatin material will change into these like structures. They are called chromosomes. They are called chromosomes. first structure like this. Okay, these are called the chromosomes. Let's discuss about the history of the chromatin. Chromatin material is discovered by the Hofmannsthal in 1848. But generally we consider that the chromatin material is discovered by the Strasburger. Hofmannsthal discovered this chromatin material in a plant, that is the Tridentia plant. Strasburger in 1875 discovered this chromatin material in any other cell, and the chromatin material or chromosome material, chromosome name is given by Waldeyer in 1888. In 1888. So what we consider? We consider that the chromosomes are discovered by the Strasburger but named by the Waldeyer. So what are the chromatin and chromosomes? Chromatin and chromosomes is called a genetic material. Chromosomes or chromatin. Chromosomes or chromatin is called the genetic material. Genetic material means it stores all the information regarding the cell. What kind of the protein will form, what will be the structure of the cell, what will be the structure of the organism. All informations are stored by the chromatin material. So that is why this is considered as the genetic material. And you also can say that the genetic material is helpful in the transfer of parent information, means parental characters to their offsprings, to their next generation. That is called the genetic material. That is called the genetic material. So dear students, these chromosomes are the chromatin material, are called the genetic material. They are helpful. Every organism has fixed number of chromosomes. For example, humans have 46 or 23 pairs. 23 pairs. Every organism has a fixed number of chromosome in a cell, that is called the fixed number of chromosome. That is, for example, humans have 46 and 23 pairs of chromosomes. Now these chromosomes have the structures just like this. This is called the centromere. These are called the chromatids. This is called centromere. These are called chromatids. This is the structure of the chromosome. The detailed structure of the chromosome and their functions we will discuss in the next video later on. And what is the function of this chromosome? The function of this chromosome is helpful that they transfers the genetic information from one generation to the next generation. On the chromosomes, a special bead-like structures are also present. They are also called the genes. They are called genes. This is not the genes which we have to wear in our fabric, in our clothing fashion. This is not that genes. These are the genes which are responsible for transfer the characters from one generation to the next generation. So chromosomes are also considered as the genetic material. Generally, the chromosomes are of the two types. The chromosomes are of two types. The first one is autosomes and second one is sex chromosomes. These are the two types of the chromosomes which are present in the organisms. All organisms. This nucleus structure represents the structure of nucleus of a plant cell and nucleus of a animal cell. Both nucleus are similar in structures, functions are similar, and these chromosomes are present in plant cell as well as animal cell also. So what are these two types of the nucleus? Autosomes means these chromosomes are present in the body cells. These chromosomes are present in the body cells. Sex chromosomes are present in the sex or reproductive organs, means the main functions of Sex chromosomes is to determine the sex of the developing embryo, developing child, developing embryo, to decide the sex of a developing embryo. This is the function of the sex chromosome. So in every cell, the chromosomes are of two types. The first one is the autosomes and second one is the sex chromosome. Again I am telling you, the number of autosomes and the number of sex chromosomes are fixed in every kind of the living organism. So I hope this topic is clear to you. In the next coming video, I will come with the next topic. In the next video, we will discuss about the cell organelles like mitochondria, chloroplast, and endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, etc. One more thing I would like to tell you about the nucleolus. This thing is left. Nucleolus. What is the nucleolus? Nucleolus is called the nucleus of nucleus. It is formed by the ribosomal RNA. Ribosomal RNA, rRNA, and these are helpful in the formation of ribosomes. In the formation of ribosomes. What are ribosomes? Ribosomes are the cell organelles present in the cytoplasm and on endoplasmic reticulum. They are helpful in the formation of protein synthesis. So ribosomes are formed by the nucleolus. They provide the rRNA, and through the rRNA the ribosomes are formed. Nucleolus is discovered by the Schleiden in 1838, but this term nucleolus term is given by the Bowman. Right? These were the two scientists who were related with the nucleus. And about the chromosomes, chromosomes are made up of protein and DNA. Right? Chromatins are chromosomes are the part of the DNA. They are made up of protein. And which kind of the protein? They are called, that is called the histone protein. That is called the histone protein. So protein and DNA combinedly form the structure of chromatin material or chromosomes. So my dear student, for today's this is the enough. In the next coming video, I will come with the structure of the mitochondria and chloroplast. We will discuss in the next videos about the cell organelles. Till that, be update yourself with the given videos given on the YouTube channel, that is the Golden Flower Palya. Subscribe this channel and please share this channel with your friends. All the best. God bless you.
Do self-study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.